COPWATCH, policing the police every single day.
They are labeling everyone mental that doesn't believe in Bill Prummell's police state, so then they get to take away all your rights because you are labeled mental. Mental health unit in the works for Charlotte County Sheriff's Office. By Ann Easker. Staff writer. As interactions between law enforcement and the mentally ill continue to gain national attention, Charlotte County Sheriff Bill Prummell is hoping to better serve those with mental illness locally through the creation of a new mental health unit. Mental illness is a big issue everywhere right now, Prummell said. At any given time, a quarter to a third of my population in the jail has been diagnosed with a mental illness. When you add drug addiction into that, it can jump to 60%. After the shooting in Parkland and the controversy surrounding law enforcement's prior contact with shooter Nicholas Cruz, Prummell started thinking about the individuals in Charlotte County who suffer from mental health and substance abuse issues. Often, law enforcement may have contact with someone who clearly needs help, but if they haven't committed a crime and don't qualify for a Baker Act, deputies simply quell the current situation and move on. I think there's a lot of misunderstanding by citizens of what law enforcement can and cannot do, Prummell said. What I wanted to do, is I wanted to try and reach those individuals so they don't fall through the cracks. The new unit will include a mental health counselor accompanied by existing community policing officers, who will provide protection and any necessary law enforcement action as the Prummell counselor interacts with individuals throughout the community. The counselor's role will include making mental health and drug addiction referrals and checking up on people who may have had difficulty and are living alone. They also may respond to critical incidents like hostage situations, suicidal individuals, and barricaded persons, to help guide the negotiation team on appropriate ways to communicate with the person in crisis to resolve the situation peacefully. Though the majority of people with mental illness are not violent, Prummell said there's a statistic that 1 in 10 encounters with law enforcement is the result of a mental health issue. The agency typically responds to more than 100,000 calls for service every year, which means a lot of mental health calls. By connecting individuals with resources like Charlotte Behavioral Health Care, the Homeless Coalition, Jesus Loves You Ministries, and others within the county, Prummell hopes to address problems at their root and avoid any escalation. It's just a matter of connecting those dots and helping the person get the help for whatever ails them, he said. An individual can always refuse follow-up contact with CCSO, and ultimately it will be up to them to follow through on any plan that gets made, but there's nothing wrong with knocking on someone's door and checking in, Prummell said. The mental health counselor position is currently posted on the agency's Facebook page with a salary of $47,170. So far, Prummell said there's been some interest but no applicants have met all requirements and passed the background check. He's looking into the possibility of contracting the position through CBHC, which has been supportive and involved in helping figure out what the unit might look like. CBHC CEO Vicki Scanlon said she fully supports the creation of the unit and is excited the sheriff wants to address mental health issues proactively. We also see the individuals who are falling through the cracks, whether it be repeated Baker Acts and not following up with service, or repeated calls to the sheriff's office, she said. We really need to get these people in treatment. That will free our law enforcement up if we are able to engage with these people effectively. The initiative will help the mental health system get involved with those people they otherwise wouldn't have been aware of. This allows for us to get involved and let people know what services are available to them, she said. Prummell is hoping the new unit will be up and running by the start of the new fiscal year, but that will depend on the hiring process. Scanlon said by September, they hope to have a better idea of the direction the unit will go, and whether the mental health counselor will be hired by the sheriff's office or through CBHC. The ultimate goal is trying to reduce the calls for service we get for mental health, trying to reduce the addiction rate here in Charlotte County, and overall just getting those people that need the help they need, Prummell said. And just to avoid anything from escalating, because I don't want to have a parkland here. I don't want to have a Sandy Hook here. Email, aeasker@sun-herald.com.
Hey Sheriff, we have a question about why your office, your intelligence division, is investigating private citizens for criminal investigation that happen to be activists that are overseeing your department. Why would you have your intelligence division investigate private citizens? We have done...
for life hating so much.
Sir, we don't hate anyone. We love freedom and we love American people. And government is out of control. That's why you're seeing such a revolt nationwide. Why can't you just answer, why is Susan Edwards, your intelligence division, investigating private citizens? This should not happen.
Are you here to apply for a job?
Possibly I might be applying for a job, but that's irrelevant to my question. Why would you ask that question?
Well, enjoy the fair.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Excuse you?
Excuse me, sir.
So those of you that haven't
Wow.
been on a bike before, we're
Sheriff's
just
getting a little too pushy. You work for us, Sheriff. Just keep that in mind. At one time we respected you, but not with that type of attitude.
police use who may want to retaliate against him physically.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County Cop Watch, and I just wanted you to know that I am using this stuff under fair use. And also remember to like and subscribe this channel. Also too, keep in mind I do not make any money on YouTube. This is 5 hours work a day, you know, fighting for freedom. And you can donate with PayPal and Patreon. I just want you to think about this. If everybody gives to PayPal and Patreon, Patreon is every month. Actually, PayPal you can do every month. I have 12,000 subscribers. If everybody gives, I can quit my regular job and go full-time investigations on Charlotte County and possibly even more and beyond. So just keep that in mind. If everybody helps out, I can go full-time doing this. Thanks.